Child, as long-winded as Jela Luther King is, this is the one time where I want her to take her sweet time, okay? Because, baby, we need to know every minute detail of what exactly happened that night. And Jela, you are the person to tell us.
Let's talk about it.
I want people to have fun. Let's kick back. Let's get into a little tea. Let's not get too crazy, but let's enjoy the sip.
Clock that tea.
But let's get to the chi-chi, the kiki, the internet bull.
Dolly, that body looks bad.
Dolly made it after this long ass ride. So we pull up to the house in St. Louis, and I'm like, oh.
So we pull up to the house in St. Louis. I think I finally got her accents here.
That's worth the whole fucking cast.
Summer's
unpredictable.
Bam.
Why I feel like she just wait, what was she doing? Did she just come from using the bathroom? I know she did not just come from taking a shit with a plate.
Well, I'm about to go to my room, eat my cornstarch. Anybody want some?
No.
Tinker, I know you were not one of those weirdos that do that. I want to say special ed, child, but speaking of ed, it might be the lead. Y'all used to lick the windows of the bus going to school? Because that's what it's giving.
She had so many doors, I had to give them their own house in the woods.
I wouldn't be going.
Not the door house.
His name
You can't read the
and
door.
Mildred talk.
Okay.
I just got sprayed in the face.
Not the
Oh, God, this
squirting.
mission is.
We really do need a day where we just talk about topics. Maybe like
And that's
Topic
what I
Tuesday.
said. And that's what I
Right.
said.
Because the one about squirting, I have questions.
And I have answers.
And they're only like half paying attention
I'm an
while
expert.
they're
Girl, boo-hoo. Nanny.
I should have probably taken the cab.
Okay, ladies.
As you
Now
notice,
let's
I'm
get
not there.
information. Okay, ladies, now let's get information.
But wait a minute. There's a special person on my list.
Look at Wendy.
Andy Cohen. Your notes meant the world to me. They were on.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Karen really said, baby, if you want to have it your way, go to BK, Wendy. Go to Burger King, girl.
Always on time.
How you doing, RuPaul?
Now, Gilbert, you are a very funny man. Have you always been funny?
Alicia. I mean, I definitely understand committing to the character, but like, did she just start hormones yesterday? Where she put her titties? Girl, that is not a chest plate. Stop laughing. You transphobic.
I'm a T-girl from the past life.
Up next, she puts the sass in Sasquatch. It's
Tell me that's not Karen Hugo. Tell me that's not Karen Hugo.
Play the video.
Miss Big Feet. What the did you just?
That's Karen Hugo.
Noel. Ooh,
Alicia.
Aubrey. Ooh, Aubrey, you're going to hell.
The Thomas Concubine video.
Sasquatch is a very offensive term to me.
Is
You
it?
must
That's
know.
all I'm gonna
Now,
see
I see
now.
that
I ain't
your
even gonna see
nail
your character.
About last night?
Yes, about last night. No, we're going to talk about reproduction. Tell us about last night.
Well, how did Letitia get into this? Well, Letitia is in this conversation, so I guess we are talking about reproduction. Oh, okay. Why y'all ain't tell me Natalie Nunn was going to be on Married to Mess? Child. So they just getting everybody from Zeus Network. Remember the season when Jocelyn was up here reading Toya? His wife is broad. She is built like ivory, girl. What is going on, y'all? It's Scott Santana, and we are back for another. Oh.
Let's talk about it. There
we go. There we go. Okay, let's start that over. What is going on, y'all? It's Scotty Santana, aka Chi. See, I think it's because I ain't say my nickname. I think it's because I ain't say my alter ego. That's why. Because where I thought we was at. This ain't Patreon. Patreon.com/Scotty Santana if you want to see that background full time. Go ahead over there and subscribe, girl. It's a key. Okay? Because y'all think I'm playing. I'm not about to be doing baddies like that. But we're going to continue doing baddies over on Patreon. So go over there if you want to know how I be feeling about Africa when, you know, the show probably ends up dropping in about a month. How much y'all want to bet it's about to drop in a month? Like a month from today. Like, watch. It's going to come like May 18th, watch. But we'll talk about that another time, child. Jela, aka Jela, shout out to Tanisha. Jela, you know, the next part of the interview was out, and I guess we just about to get into this part where she talks about Dolly and Scotty. Like, I couldn't understand what was going on because some clips was on Jela's side, and then some clips was on Scotty the Thotty with the body Minaj. So I don't know what the hell happened, but it's all sounding like a bullshit in a scheme that Jela and her friends set up. So we about to get into it all after y'all go ahead and y'all like the video.
When the beat starts bumping, the music starts thumping, I make my way into the crowd. Everybody's moving, the people are grooving. A celebration's happening now because I'm not trying to be rich someday. I'm rich right now. I'm not trying to be rich someday, 'cause I'm rich right now.
Also, too, let me say this. Move, Jela. Let me say this. Shout out to those of y'all that do watch my hot topic videos. My they used to be called Let's Talk About It, but I've rebranded it into Press MS. So whenever y'all see like videos like this, it's literally just celebrity topics, gossip, shit like that. And sometimes baddies, like if it makes it over that threshold and crosses over into like Hollywood and, you know, the blog, Shade Room, all of that. But shout out to those of y'all that are actually supporting the new content. Like, I love that for me. I love that for me because we do have to start rebranding and taking my channel and me a lot more seriously. Okay. So let's go ahead and get into child, this interview that was done a month ago and we still getting clips for. Shout out to Wesley. That's my baby.
Who that?
Oh, this is from, okay. That Ivory, look, this is Woman in the Club. This is Pretty Fee, Ivory, Scotty, me.
Okay, so we already seen that part.
At the network and you took it back? What happened? You just thought about it?
I remember.
Hold on, because y'all know how Jela be, and I ain't got all day.
When because before me was she went live in Filthy and then took it back, talking about she was just upset and she loved it.
Child. So did you really have a problem at the network and you took it back? What happened? You just thought about it and felt it wasn't necessary? What, you wanted to get another check? What?
No, I won't. I mean, I'll say this because I have to I have to be very careful with literally just for real, like how I answer that type of question. But no, I feel like that day in particular, it was just a lot going on. And I feel like sometimes I'd be triggered from shit that happened when I was on Bad Girls Club. You know? Because I went into that with very like pure intentions and they set us the fuck up to be like ruined or destroyed. Like all of our shit was like ruined. And so in this type of environment, like when the slightest of things happen, the smallest of things can happen and it puts me back in fight or flight mode.
Gotcha. I don't see you laughing at the BB gun.
It was never funny.
Okay. Because I didn't see no clip. And I feel like if Rolly, because Rolly give me, this is not you, this is not Jela, this is West. Rolly give me mascot of this network. Rolly give me, let me not do too much because I'm not Mona, I'm West.
Okay, so part of this we already saw.
In any kind of way, I have a plate in my arm right here. I broke my arm before. There's a plate in this arm. fell on my where, and I told her, I said, I understand why you brought that gun.
Okay,
I
so
serve
we already saw those parts.
the big God.
Okay.
Ain't nobody walking. Tinka said that I told you her business. I know you, and like I've had.
But is this a different clip? What are we doing?
This is why we think da-da-da. It don't matter who said it to me or whatever. When I heard it,
broke the one baddie rule of fighting in a booked venue, and
I don't know how to get me.
And yeah, we're gonna talk about it. You know, because when you think of Jela, you like Jela plays by the rules. She been doing this for a long time, and yeah, you got in that girl face and just commenced to, and then it was a huge debacle. So, first question, I think you already answered it, but I'm gonna ask it again. Do you feel that you were in the wrong for starting the fight?
No, because I did not start the fight. I just hit her first. I didn't start it.
Okay, Jela. I don't even have an energy, child. Okay, Jela. But if y'all remember the episode, during the episode, Jela was on one side of the stage and Dolly was doing her thing. Dolly was doing her thing. And Jela, like, I don't care what anybody says, they was on one because Natalie had went back to the OGs and put a battery in their back. And so Jela was basically like, F them. And then also, too, I believe, because it's been a couple of weeks, I don't remember, but I believe that was the episode where Scotty came in late. Soon as Scotty came in, Anna then wanted to get on the mic and talk her shit and basically say F the newbies. And the OGs was just doing too much. So y'all was most definitely starting with them. Like, and hopefully this is the part where she gets into it more, because on TikTok, I don't know if I can play that clip. I think it had music. But on TikTok, I feel like I just heard her say something about Scotty like, I'm gonna just let it play.
So what started the fight? When she bumped you? That's what started it.
Natalie started that motherfucking fight.
Wait, no, what do you mean? I need clarification.
Wait, let me know. I'm not gonna blame it on her friend.
Because she came and said, tell your bald headed friend. You ain't got to
tell them.
Yeah.
Listen.
Wait,
so I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna lay it out for you. Because me and Dolly actually talked about this. So this ain't new information.
Okay.
What happened?
I'm glad she said that, though. I'm glad she said that because, you know, a lot of people will go, and y'all know I talk about it all the time. Like, I don't understand why weirdos out there, like, they hear you talking about something on social media, like you just giving commentary, and then they go and then they tag the person who you're talking about. Bitch, if I wanted Jela to know, I would tag Jela on Instagram or Twitter. Why are you running to tag her as though she about to look at you and be like, "Ooh, come on. Ooh, you about to be my bestie. Ooh, let's change numbers." Stop. So I'm glad that she's addressing this now, because I can automatically see people watching this video and then instantly running to Dolly and being like, "Ooh, this what Jela said," or running to Jela and then being like, "Ooh, this what Dolly said." Like, I'm glad that they cleared it up.
We in the club and we all fam. And okay, wait. The night before we go out, the episode before that, you see Anna and Lex get into it with Scotty and Anna. I mean, you see Anna and Scotty get into it.
It's me really sitting here trying to like think. And let me know down in the comment box below if I'm the only one. Because it's no secret that I am detaching from all of this. Like, so it's like, I know it's like that whole, what you call it, like it's like something like, child, I can't even think of the term. But I feel like just because it's been such a blur between this and what happened at the reunion and then Africa auditions and then what's going on in Africa, it's like all a blur. Like, it's all running into one. And I'm like forcing myself to remember like what actually happened in Hawaii. Like, whole time Jada could be telling the absolute truth, but like, it's like, now I gotta sit back and think, like,
with Summer and Lex on the balcony,
yeah.
with the wig and all of that, right? Yeah. And then in the next episode, we go to
why does that feel like it was so long ago? I feel like in reality, it was probably only like 2-3 weeks ago. But like, why does it feel like that shit was like 2-3 months ago?
Club, right? So technically, TV Land, that's next day. So the next day, we in the club.
Hold on, because you know I love when they break the fourth wall.
It's Summer and Lex on the balcony. I mean, you see Anna and Scotty get into it with Summer and Lex on the balcony with the wig and all of that, right? And then in the next episode, we go to the club, right? So technically, TV Land, that's next day. So the next day, we in the club, and Scotty says to me, like, we just partying, we having a good time. And mind you, like I told you before, these beefs don't be mine. This is another beef or another fight that wasn't mine. So
then what does that tell you, Jela? What does that tell you? If you always have to get involved in other people's shit, then that should say more about you than, you know, because here's the thing. I know everybody loves to be the main character, and it's like, oh, well, people should do for you what you do for them. No, not always necessarily. Because just because you want to go jump off a bridge, I mean, I got to jump. No, that's what you're willing to do. Everybody not willing to go and do X, Y, and Z. And that's something that I've had to personally learn the hard way in life, because I am the person that's at the job that, you know, we could all be sitting around kikiing on lunch talking about how the boss ain't shit and but I be the person that everybody look to go and fall on the sword, because I be the only motherfucker that's not scared to lose my job or not scared to say something, right? And I've had to deal with those personal realizations of like, oh, everybody not set up and built like me. Like, some of y'all motherfuckers is pussy. Actually, a lot of y'all are. Like, and people will hype you up to do what they would never do. Okay, got it. So like, Jela, it's kind of the same thing. It's like, because in reality, people will make these TikToks and be on Twitter and try to do this whole trauma bonding thing where it's just like, oh, woe is me because I'm always this, but nobody's ever this for me. Okay, well, at some point, we now have to take the conversation away from these other people and place it back on you, because what it's doing is it's showing a lack of boundaries. It's showing a lack of faith, because everybody only want to include God and spirit and who they believe in. Y'all know God exists when it's time to pray for something, but God also needs to exist and be in a room when you're going through that situation with that ancient nigga or those ancient friends, right? You need to know and have faith that something better can come along, right? Like, don't only acknowledge God when you want something. Like, acknowledge God when you're actually in the thick of it. Like, you should have enough faith in the universe and in God and in spirit or whoever it is that you believe in, that by you walking away from this situation, it only empowers you and makes you better, not holds you back and leaves you feeling without or lack, right? Because that's usually where the lack of boundaries comes from, right? It's a matter of, because I feel like it's an abandonment wound, because I feel like these people won't like me as much, or these people will walk away from me. Let me go ahead and throw that S on my chest, because as long as I'm running around here playing Captain Save-A-Ho or playing Superwoman or whatever, I'ma always have a reason to be called. I'ma always have a reason to be included. So Jela, like, that makes me look at you now, like, you had that moment where you started crying because of all the backlash and hate. And it's no secret that the same love that she got on BGC 14 and the same love that she got on Baddies South is not the same love she's receiving now. So considering all of that and the point that it pushed you to where the hate train made you, you know, like, break down and cry. And then now you're also saying half of these beefs that you get into, it's not even your own personals. It's, you know, other people's shit. Jayla, you need to ask yourself, is it worth it? Is it worth it? And why is this a pattern for you? Why does this keep happening? Why does this keep coming up for you? Because clearly it's not beneficial for you. If ultimately down the line it leaves you in a place to where you're crying over a hate train, then why even get yourself involved in all of that anyways? Because it starts with Scotty. It starts with whoever else that you're throwing yourself in a line of fire for. But down the line, we don't know the behind the scenes shit. We just see you doing what you do, and then we end up not liking you, and then you end up crying. So I just wanted to clock that for a second.
Scotty tells me that Dolly kicked her in the club. She said, yeah, Dolly kicked me. And I said, are you sure? You know, like whatever. She's like, yeah, that bitch kicked me. She's like, because Lex and Summer have on heels, Dolly has on sneakers. She kicked me. She's right. She kicked me. And so I'm like, okay, I got a trick for that ass. And so,
and before we get into that trick for that ass, child, get into this new single that I have coming for that ass. Wonderful.
And the universe is just waiting for you to finally come and listen. Know what I do to you? Don't try to fight it. I don't even have to prove. That's why you like it. I know what I do to you. Don't try to fight it. I don't even have to prove. And that's why you like it. You want me now, yeah. You want me. You want me now, yeah. You want me. You want me now, yeah. You want me. You want me now, yeah. You want me.
One day when I do like maybe like a behind the scenes, behind the music, music story time, maybe I get y'all the rundown on that song, because just like Billionaire is a manifestation ritual, that song is going to be a sonic ritual. Okay, we're starting to put the spirituality back into the music. Okay, and the shit was written in like 5 minutes. But let's get back into it, Jela.
So, you know, Natalie is doing her Natalie. Natalie is doing like her Natalie thing, you know, trying to turn it up. You know, we're in Hawaii. It's time to go home. I got kick me. And I said, are you sure? You know, like whatever. She's like, yeah, that bitch kicked me. She's like, because Lex and Summer have on heels, Dolly has on sneakers. She kicked me. She's right. She kicked me. And so I'm like, okay, I got a trick for that ass. And so, you know, Natalie is doing her Natalie. Natalie is doing like her Natalie thing, you know, trying to turn it up. You know, we're in Hawaii. It's time to go home, guys. Like, let's turn it up. So Natalie wants to turn it up. And so, you know, that's my best friend. We be on bullshit. We was on bullshit.
Wasn't you just crying about her not having your back? Oh, Jela. Jela, I feel like if you was more honest with yourself and your reality, then I would like you more. I think that's just what it is for me. I've just come to that conclusion that like you're delusional, but not in a good way. Like I feel like if you was more realistic about your situation and your reality, then that would make me like you a lot more.
Shit that night. I ain't even gonna lie. I'm gonna tell the truth and I'm ashamed the devil. Me and Natalie, we was on bullshit that night. And after that bitch kicked Scotty, I told Natalie to play Nuck If You Buck, so we could really see what type of timing it was on.
Sky don't miss. Sky does not miss. Sky don't miss.
So that's why you see me. So what happened was like in the clip, you see me kind of like in the back a little bit and then come to the front once it's like the little.
Mm-hmm.
The only reason I was back there is because I walked back there to tell Natalie to play Nuck If You Buck. Once Nuck If You Buck came on, I walked to the front and now I got the microphone in my hand and we nucking and bucking.
Mm-hmm.
Crying my business hoe, you know, whatever this song, however the song go.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a gat tone pistol open. Whatever. Thank y'all. Negro spiritual since the 8th grade. I'm from Atlanta. I love y'all. Cry my show.
She 2 years older than me because that shit came out when I was in 6th grade or 8th grade. Hold on. Jela Mina birthday. How old is she? 1990. Yeah. Oh my God. Not her being class of 2009. Ew, that's ugly. I was class of 211. Okay.
But I told Natalie, I said, play Nuck If You Buck. Like everybody from the South already know. Like if you got pressure with anybody, and
baby,
if
that song on, it's over.
If you got pressure with anybody and they play Nuck If You Buck, you already know what time it is. Ain't no talking. It's time to fight. Cause you nucking and bucking. You knucking if you
this
buck,
is
bitch,
true.
the buck.
This is
And
true.
so
I
Dolly
fucking
was
that.
bumping me a little bit. And so I was kind of like letting her do it. Like, I'm gonna let you do just enough so that when I wild the fuck out, it's justified. I'm one of them, like, I'm gonna let you do just enough.
So you giving me this was calculated.
It
Or
was.
you just wanted to see what type of what
I
pressure she
wanted
was
to
giving.
see what type of time she was on because she kicked Scotty.
Got you.
And so after you kick my bitch and your two friends is over there and you kind of trying to be by us, I want to see.
I don't believe she kicked Scotty. She could have. But do I believe it? No. Do I care? No. Not at all. They jumped that girl.
What you really own for real, because it's giving you want that, but you're not really saying you need that, but I got that for you.
Got you.
You feel me?
Okay.
And so when it came down to it, it was like she kicked Scotty and Scotty told me she kicked me. And then we was going back and forth. She was really trying to be seen and you're not finna be seen on my accord. So we going back and forth, and then her and Scotty have their little interaction. And then Dolly goes over and tells Natalie, you better get your bald head ass friend.
It doesn't even look though like, I mean, if you go back, it didn't even look like Scotty and Dolly was getting into it. It looked more so like Scotty was telling Dolly like, hey, relax, like you're drunk. Like if I could think back to the original T video that I did, that's what it more so looked like. It didn't look like, oh, this is a bitch who kicked me and I got problems with. It just looked like, girl, you doing too much, you drunk.
Add the sound effects.
That's where this video ends, child. Okay. Well, Jela, thank you for telling us. Thank you for finally coming out and admitting something, being accountable for something. Okay. Yeah. I feel like I done said everything. Yeah. Yeah. I'm trying to think, like, make sure I didn't leave anything out. Yeah. Let me know what y'all thought about all of that down in the comment box below. And we will talk about it in the next one. Bye. Where the hell is my outro? I ain't even got the right outro up. This is crazy.